Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boys from the 1973 podcast. And let me start off by saying, Professor, how can we miss you if you don't go away? Big shoes to fill last week, and nobody could fill them. So, your goal is to pick a backup for when you use PTO. People can't do straight math, they can't round up, they don't know the format of the. We do it every week. And it was a mess.
Well,
so you are.
this is on tape. This is on tape now. So my next contract, when it comes up, it's gonna be gonna cost a little bit more.
Yeah, you're gonna go from
get that
a nickel,
NIL.
an annual nickel to an annual dime.
There you go.
So that's 100% raise. You can't ask for more than that from a corporate entity like the 1973 podcast.
Yeah. Or you can always do the 1 million times 0 and get that. So there you go.
Ed, save the math for the professor. We don't even want to go that route. Brad, you know what I mean? So
hey Tom, don't do so well that Lane Kiffin vultures you from us though. To do well enough.
So here's what we usually do. You know how we get into it. Ed's already pre-gaming. He's already pre-reading whatever he reads every week. It's one watch. Everybody knows the rules, movie review. So Edward, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. I'll take the floor. Thank you. Hey there, podcast fans. You ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got over 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies to capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to your subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality and that timeless style that you crave. Perfect for lounging at home or making a statement out and about. And don't wait. Our collection is flying off the shelves faster than you can say. Don't be cheap. Buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. And check us out at the 1973 podcast t-shirt store on the YouTube. Just click the link below.
Bonfire.com. Bradford, great shirt. I don't know where you got it, but that is a fantastic shirt.
He must have got it on Bonfire.
Bonfire.com.
Bonfire.
Yeah, there you go.
Where they should have threw this movie.
Save for the show, Brad. Save for the show.
Hey, we're recording now. It's game on.
Okay. So,
game on.
So, Phantom, it was your pick last week.
Was.
One watch, everybody knows the rules, movie review. Tell us what you picked.
I picked Sleepers. I thought it would be a good movie. We're going to drag Brad into the deep water sometime. Throw some drama on him. Now, no Nick Cage in this. I think we could have substituted Nick Cage for Kevin Bacon in this movie, up the ante a little bit, but
don't do Nick Cage like that.
He wasn't available at this time, Mr. Coppola. So no, going forward, it's a movie that I remember liking way back when I watched it. I hadn't watched it in years, so I figured we'd get back into it. Kind of get a little graphic, a little definitely it has some vibes of maybe Shawshank, or essentially you get these four kids from Hell's Kitchen, and kind of street kids, but they're good-hearted. Decide they're gonna play a little prank on the hot dog vendor, and the prank goes wrong. They end up in like kids' home, like juvie, just for a year. When they get there, gods are kind of evil. So they get in, they kind of do their time. Bad things happen. I'm sure Brad will get into it later. And it's they kind of have this like little pact together, as if to say like nobody needs to know what happened in here, and we'll kind of go our own way, and the friendship will keep the secret. So they go fast forward. Two of the boys, now grown. Two of them went troubled lifestyle. The streets took them over, drugs, alcohol, all of that, violence. The other two kind of found their way. One is the prosecutor, and what was the other guy? Was he kind of like a lawyer?
No, he was a writer for newspaper.
Yes, that's right. So he, the guy that's the prosecutor ends up coming up with this master plan. He decides he's going to prosecute his friends, his childhood friends, but with the plan of he's going to expose the school and all the wrongs. So overall, I felt that when they were kids, I thought the movie was like pretty compelling as it went along. As they kind of got to adults, where you would think that like these are now all the big stars that are in it, kind of got a little bit long, but still altogether, I thought the story was pretty good. The only thing I would critique about it is I found like that the court proceedings with like Dustin Hoffman and stuff kind of they didn't put enough detail into it for them to like get the jury to. I think kind of went over kind of easy. Like they popped the one X guard and it kind of went from there. But overall, I thought it was an excellent movie. I'll give it a 8.2.
All right, I'm gonna roll to Scotty. Did you watch the movie, Scotty, or had you seen the movie before?
Both. So
Okay.
I saw the movie way back when, but I hadn't seen it since. And it's one of those movies that you don't see on TV much. So when you actually said Sleepers, I immediately thought Flatliners, and then I actually went and looked. I'm like, wait, no, that's not Flatliners, it's Sleepers. And then I'm like, okay. Then the first thing I remembered of it is Kevin Bacon was so despicable in that movie. It was honestly probably an Oscar-worthy performance for a bad guy. He was freaking horrible. And he just got off on it, and it was just, incredible acting, because before that, I feel like there was a gap between that movie and a bunch of stuff for Bacon. So I felt like it kind of almost, and I might be just from what I've seen, I feel like it kind of launched him again back into the zeitgeist or whatever. And incredible actors there. Has that very Goodfellas early kind of mob movie feel right at the beginning. You feel the guy who gets hit by a hot dog, if you die for that, like what a horrible way of got crushed by a hot dog cut. Absolutely insane.
Death by hot dog.
Yeah, exactly. Most of us do it by consuming them. But no, honestly, good movie, but I'm not going to give it as high as Branko because I watched it, I forgot it, completely forgot it, but watching it again, I popped it on a little bit last night, finished it today. I'm going to give it a 7.2.
All right, Ed. Good Catholic boy, good Catholic movie. What do you got?
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I'd have to say it did run a little long to Brad's earlier point before we came on. Thought it was very kind of had like the Brooklyn Tale, Goodfellas, like what Scotty said. Thought that was kind of had that feel at the beginning of the movie. Kind of like it kind of had blended in, toss in a little Shawshank Redemption on how evil the guards were and how how everything went. I thought it was a good movie. It was entertaining. I'm certainly not going to give it like the old over the eight type of a thing, but I'll give it a good 7.4.
All right,
It's
Brad,
funny,
you have the floor.
Funny, Ed, you said one thing, like there was that moment where they were kind of going down the hallway, and I'm just waiting for Morgan Freeman to go, well, Andy never really,
All right, Bradford.
Man, that was a weird ass movie. I don't know what the fuck y'all watched. That movie was weird. All right. First of all, points deducted because it didn't have Nick Cage. Points deducted because it was 2.5 hours long. We got a 90-minute rule, fellas. 90 minutes.
That's
Two and a half
rule.
hours. 2.5 hours without Captain America, Darth Vader, and CGI. Ain't doing it, man. I have the attention span. I barely got through this motherfucker. I had to keep hitting the speed up button on my phone like times 10, and it kept jumping till I could get to the good part. So I probably missed a good portion of this movie. I didn't miss the key turning point when Kevin Bacon said, "Give me a blowjob, bro." I almost turned it off. I was like, ain't no freaking way. Now I'm not gonna take away from this movie because I think this movie, even for this time, pointing out how men don't speak up when they're assaulted, whether it's male or female assault against them. We don't speak up. We keep that mental health barrier up. We don't say shit. And this movie is a perfect encapsulation of that, right? So I don't want to take away from that. Not a fan. I started the movie thinking I was getting a Bronx Tale, turned into something way different. Got the diddler instead. And the messed up thing is when I saw Robert De Niro as a priest, I was like, he's gonna do something to the boys. And then he didn't. and it was the guards. So I had to reconcile that for the rest of the movie that Robert De Niro was actually kind of like a badass. Really sucks at basketball. Did y'all pay attention to that, bro? When he tried to shoot I was like, oh man, you got to bring in a coach for that, buddy. Uh, a lot of the movie I didn't understand because it starts like a typical gangster movie, and there were gangster movie elements to it, and then it turned into a boys coming of age movie. Then it turned into the pitfalls of young men going to prison and jail and nature versus nurture and men's mental health. Then it turned into a courtroom drama at the end with Dustin Hoffman, who played it like Rain Man, but in a suit. And man, I feel like they could have wrapped this movie up and done a little bit better of a job. I'm gonna give it a solid 6.4. That's as high as I can go. I tried to give it more. This just wasn't my jam, guys. Now it just really makes me want to go watch a Bronx Tale. I need a palate cleanse. I need to go watch a good gangster movie.
All right, Professor, you have the floor.
Well, I thought it was a really good movie. I loved the cast. Billy Crudup has always been one of my favorite actors since like Almost Famous and Mission Impossible, a couple of those other ones he's been in. Kevin Bacon, Brad Pitt, Minnie Driver. One guy that I wasn't a big fan of in the movie was Jason Patrick. All I ever see is Speed 2 when I see him in that thing, and that's I'm expecting to see a cruise ship. But I overall I thought it was good. It did drag a little bit with the courtroom scenes, but I gave it a 7.3.
All right. So no Shaggy this week, Tom. So you got 8-1 from Shaggy. I'm gonna step in and I'll do the movie pick this week. But let me tell you about this movie. So surprise to the Phantom in all the movies that we either owned, saw together, talked about. I had never seen this movie. Honest to God, never seen this movie. This movie falls into that category of the Miramax films. And what I mean by that is once Pulp Fiction hit and Goodfellas and Casino, there was all those movies that came out that were trying to grasp at that almost that Godfather type saga. And this is part of that Miramax collection of movies that they threw at everybody, whether it's the noir movies from Pulp Fiction to 2 Days in the Valley to all those copycats. And then there was a bunch of movies that came out like this, the crime drama. It was like Casino based on a true story, but they didn't want to admit that it was. There was a disclaimer at the end. I enjoyed watching it, seeing that I had never seen it before. And I think that's what drew me to like, hey, how come I missed this one? It was, I like these stories, like Brad said. This comes from a time when, and it happened in all of our Gen X growing up. When you showed your emotion, people made fun of you more. And there was always that repression because you didn't want somebody busting your balls or it getting turned around on you in a way that you spoke up and now you're labeled as something. So that's what I respect about the storytelling with that. How, you all have that one or two things that you'll never tell anybody that happened to you because you don't want somebody to judge it. And even if it is a Me Too movement or things like that, you still suppressed all that stuff because it's just like, I don't even want to deal with it. It's water under the bridge. And that's what these guys kind of had. And I like how it was like a split thing. Two of the kids it wasn't the two kids that I thought were going to be the trouble kids. It was more the two quiet kids ended up being the trouble kids. And the two kids that allowed conflict to happen, or the most, it seemed like Brad Pitt's character from the football game being like the guy that's like, let's play him. This is our chance. So it kind of tells a tale in a lot of different ways about the way people handle childhood trauma. The cast was cast a certain way for all the hot actors at the time. Brad Pitt was just becoming a thing, and You get the De Niro, you get the Dustin Hoffman. You don't see him too often in a scene, that whole thing. So, not to get long winded or add anything new to what you guys added to your scores, but I'm going 7-8 on this movie. I'm happy that I watched it because it was one of those ones that I had never seen before. So I put it on the list. So, Thomas, before I give you my pick for movie of the week, what do we got for a score for Sleepers?
7.4.
Bradford, 7.4. What do you think?
There's 7.5 on IMDb.
Right in the
I think
wheelhouse.
that's
Always
as
right in the
close as
wheelhouse.
we've been.
Brad's score ruined it.
I'm
Brought
the
it
one
down
that
that
brought it
one
down.
point.
We would have overshot if I didn't come in low.
But not to add to this category of the podcast that I really enjoy doing. I like when somebody picks a movie, either you've seen it a million times, you haven't watched it in a while, or you've never seen it. It gives everybody a chance to vent. And like Brad didn't enjoy it. He has his style. He put his stinker out the week before, so he's just having revenge. He's having his Nick Cage revenge this week. So I want everybody to watch my pick. For one watch, everybody knows the rules. This is going to cover a lot of blanket. It's going to be a great talking point for next week. The movie is Soul Man from 1986. If you've never seen it, it's a movie that they could never make right in this day and age. Thomas, do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Absolutely. See Thomas Howell.
Ryan, do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Edward?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
the
sure.
premise of the movie is why I want everybody to watch the movie with today's lens. Going back, does it still hold up as a video classic? Scotty, do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Dynamite.
Save it for next week, Scotty. You gotta make it to watch Soul Man and review it next week with
Can
us.
you still find it?
Oh, I remember this. Okay.
Could have came in a 2-pack with just one of the guys.
That movie is also that movie's super quotable. The brother in just one of the guys, fantastic. So Bradford, Soul Man, see Thomas Howell for next week.
Guaranteed not 2 hours.
Oh, it's not 2 hours, Brad.
Might not even be an hour and a half.
An hour and
44.
27 minutes. Watch something like that.
It's an hour 44. I'll give you the extra.
Oh, the premise of the movie is why it's my review, because I want everybody's fisheye lens from today on what we watched growing up.
Can you even find it anymore?
I don't know. That's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure that somewhere you can find it. It might be one of those movies that you might have to go on YouTube and find it and actually pay the $1.99 to watch it.
One of those movies you might have to go to Walmart and buy it for 99 cents in the bin.
The bin, yeah.
Oh, they're not sell. I'm watching the preview right now. You're not gonna find this in a store.
Brad, don't ruin it, dude. Till next week.
Brad, have you heard of it?
I've never heard of this.
Okay.
Which is crazy because James Earl Jones is in it. And
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
It was a hit. It was a hit back in the day.
Yeah,
Leslie
and you know what?
Nielsen's in
It
it.
did really well in the movies when it was out.
It says it's on Apple TV and Amazon.
Okay, so it's on Amazon and Apple TV. So one watch, everybody knows the rules for next week. Done. Bradford, we're coming in on the stuff that you give Ed narcolepsy for. If we don't hear from him for a good 15 minutes. Hit it hard, Brad.
hit it ad. Just want me to roll straight into it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk some pro wrestling for a few.
Hit it like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, hit it like Kevin Bacon.
Oh man, no. So TNA debuted on AMC, had really low ratings, had a lot of negative feedback on social media. They basically got hammered for poor lighting, poor sound, poor production, poor show, poor everything overall. Lots of empty seats. Fans are basically, saying it's the end, like they're done. uh, a promotion that's struggling. I guess in the pecking order, you got Raw and SmackDown, right? Those are the top two. I'd put NXT at just a shade above AEW, and then TNA, right? Is the main ones, right? I know we have New Japan and everything like that, but those main ones that we get on just regular programming, I think TNA is probably, even with our partnership with WWE, seeing their last days. Even on this episode, the premiere on AMC, they expected big things. They gassed it up for a while. They had AJ Styles show up. He challenged Kazarian for the title, I think, and it just, or he kind of hinted that he was gonna, but didn't really. Then you had Cora Jade came out, which was really the surprise of the night. She got let go by WWE a while back after finally coming back from injury and just not being able to click with the roster, which is crazy because she went and did an OnlyFans and started blowing up on the internet for other things. And then TNA brought her back onto a promotion that's going to send her right to NXT here in probably just a couple weeks. So it's weird. The Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks, I heard. Somebody told me that, and I was like, "No, you're full of shit." Like,
They're building their own stadium for that. You know that?
yeah, yeah, but WWE has not advertised or talked about it on a single episode. There's been zero build to the Rumble, which is one of the most popular nights of the going into Mania season. Uh, no advertising. Nobody's even declared. Cody's supposed to declare tonight, and I already saw some spoilers because they pre-recorded because it's overseas. But I guess when he declares, the fans start booing the shit out of him. Like the fans are starting to turn on Cody. I think we're going to get more of a Roadlander. We're closer to it than we thought. But also, allegedly, Saudi hasn't even finished the damn stadium. We're 2 weeks away. And there's like major construction that has to be completed. If these pictures that I saw are true, there's like unfinished scaffolding and unfinished seating areas. Like they're not even fucking close. So that's
Just
super
have it
weird.
at the White House. There's
Yeah, do
plenty
it
of
in the White House lawn. Drew, and this part's gonna kind of eats me up because Drew is already being talked about as a transitional champ, where he's supposed to lose to Roman Reigns even before Mania, so that Cody can win the Rumble and then beat Roman one on one at the next WrestleMania. Which I'm kind of feeling a little fatigued with this Cody versus Roman thing. I think we need to kind of go in a different direction. I happen to love Drew McIntyre as a champ. He's a perfect heel. He's earned it. My thing is, he got the belt while they're on tour in Europe. The European crowd really is behind him, and they're really shitting all over Cody right now. As soon as they come back to the States, though, I think it's going to the needle's going to sway back towards Cody, and Drew's going to be kind of ousted. And then you got Finn Balor challenging CM Punk. And I know it's not going to happen, but I would love for Finn to win that belt and take that shit from Punk, dude. I think that would be awesome. Just to shake things up, man, because WWE has gotten so stale and just kind of flat and cold right now that it's kind of not enjoyable to watch. And I think they got to do something drastic to get get a storyline going, get some action going, and maybe CM Punk drops it to Finn Balor on Monday night or whenever they're supposed to. Yeah, because they're going to be in Ireland on Monday, so we'll see. I don't know. It's we'll see.
In true Bradford, in true anti wrestling bullshit podcast fashion, I gotta blame the interweb once again for the powerhouse Hobbs spoiling any surprises by just blasting it like, look what I found, look at me, it's us, we saw it first, we want to let you know what's gonna happen. So that's
WWE fashion is going to show up at Royal Rumble and be in there for 2 minutes, and somebody's going to toss his ass out.
Yep. Great to NXT.
Yep. It's just crazy how that works. I can't beat that dead horse enough with that. Just let it happen. Just let the stuff happen and enjoy it.
Yep.
I was laughing when I saw Finn come out, and it's just because they're going. That's some old school booking right there. Oh, we're in Ireland. Let's the challenge is going to be a hometown guy.
Yep.
They should probably do more of that. Maybe they'd get them bigger houses.
Pete Doherty wasn't available there,
Yep.
Phantom.
No,
I'm not talking bad about wrestling. Something else just fell off the wall and hit me in the head.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't just see that. You'll have to roll that one back because
And I think you did it on purpose. I think you got some
Oh,
piano
yeah.
wire to it. It's haunted, Thomas.
hey, hazard pay. That's another thing that's going to be coming in my contract.
Are you going on light duty? I have to ask you. Let's
Hey,
go through the
I don't know. I have to I got to go in the blue tent for a concussion protocol.
Scotty, can you go over the corporate questions that we have to ask Thomas for workman's comp? Did it happen? Did it happen on the job?
Yes.
Did you pre-stretch?
Hey, there's speaking of corporate injuries, there is an Instagrammer who tried out for WWE. I don't know if you guys saw this.
I saw that. Yep.
And she took some pretty nasty bumps and quit her tryout because she was like, if I do one more of these, I'm gonna be concussed. And she was like, there were people there like taking head injuries, and they just kept telling us to go harder and harder and harder.
Love it.
And so but the comments are surprisingly very supportive. I mean, there's a few like, oh, it's not for everybody, but there's a lot that's like, yeah, dog, maybe they need to like look into this shit because we think of like these concussions happening, getting cracked in the head with a chair or Chris Benoit and a diving headbutt and whatnot. But she's like, I was just taking bumps and my head was getting rattled. And she was like, I didn't feel safe. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see that little NFL protective helmet thing in the WWE pretty soon.
I don't know why you're supportive
All
of
the
this.
Lucas will have them on the masks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why you're supportive of that. I think this podcast is pro concussion.
Oh, without a
absolutely.
doubt, Scotty.
Without a doubt.
There's no lie there.
Every one of us is CTE'd at some point.
Oh, yes.
If you don't want
Different
to
ways.
do a job that you can get a concussion every day, then time to go work with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it? Yeah.
Because I'll switch spots with you in a second.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, she was a gymnast trying out for WWE, and I think that also kind of points to like this world where failed gymnasts and failed cheerleaders and failed L stars and athletes think, oh, I see this on TV, I can just go hop in here and do this, and then they find out like, nah, you actually got to be a little. You already got to be a little touched in the head to do this shit, man. Like this ain't for everybody, man. And she's finding out, man. So, but anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Did
Go ahead,
I didn't
Tom.
watch any of the wrestling this week, but I read online. I don't know if you guys caught this or if it's even true, but there were, I guess, backstage during some of the interviews and stuff, there were in the background there were like these little red X's, and there are hints that and rumors that it could be Finn Balor turning face and coming back as the demon.
Yeah, they've actually been hinting at that for a while. There's been little demon tidbits in the background here and there. Even he came out against that El Iguana guy from AAA, and he had his little Demonito puppet. So there's been little hints, man. I don't know. Maybe he loses to CM Punk, and that's like that pushes him over. I don't know. I think he needs to get away from this Judgment Day gimmick though. Like he put over Priest, he put over Rhea. Like it's ran its course. The faction is kind of done. He put over Dom. Like let Finn go, spread his wings, and be a single star for a while.
Ed, I'm going to bring you in on the fold on this one just for a quick yacht add to the wrestling talk. I think that these mid-size to featherweight size guys that are in pro wrestling now wouldn't have to do as much as they do if there was legit 6'5" guys that couldn't work a 9-to-5 job like it used to be, where these guys look like they could actually beat somebody up, not looking like the dude that's pumping gas when you go to get a fill up. Thoughts?
Well, I agree, man. Like, I mean, I still remember, what was it, the 7th or 8th grade when we went to the Fall River Armory and we saw the Heart Foundation versus the Killer Bees. And I remember sitting there ringside with you, and you and I saw Jim the Animal Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart walk past us. And I remember touching Jim the Animal Neidhart, and I was just like, that is the most massive human being I've ever touched in my whole entire life. These guys were larger than life, and like these guys that are that are kind of like they come in around the if you want to use the UFC 202 light heavyweight guard. They're not scary, and the thing about it is just like, but it all goes back to bad writing, bad booking, and then also it comes down to is just like, since when does a finishing move, you finish somebody and 10 times and the match keeps going on.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is they don't slow the match down at all. There's actually almost zero wrestling other than when they lock up at the beginning and they may throw somebody into a turnbuckle once. And then it's like, okay, now let's do the acrobatics and high flying act, and somebody's really going to get killed again.
Well, just to add to that, Ed, and not to stay too long on the subject, but Ryan will tell you that in the 80s, Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart were considered like middle-sized guys. There were guys that made those guys look small back then. So, I mean, you look at the Road Warriors in their heyday, and you say to yourself that if my Daffy the Desire would see those guys show up and not know what the hell is going on and just clean house with some of these guys that think that they're like, the toughest guy on the block now, and it just don't fly. It doesn't have any credibility like it used to for me watching it. When you're there with your buddies and you're saying to yourself, man, I think all of us could jump in that ring right now and clear house. that should never happen. That should never happen.
Bro, but you're talking about guys that like look like they can't get a job anywhere else. Shiloh Hill in NXT. Have you seen this guy?
No.
He came up through the Undertaker show, LFG. Looks like he should work at the local oil change place. I mean, he's built. He's not like some skinny, scrawny dude, but he's got a fake tooth, and it's on a denture. So like, let's say like he's getting his ass whooped. He like pulls it out, shows the gap, and then goes into like redneck strength mode and then starts whooping ass. And like, bro, it's hilarious, but like awesome. It has like bushwhacker vibes almost, but he's got like long hair, like long, trashy redneck, lives in the trailer park looking ass type of dude, right? But like, that's the type of guy I want to see in wrestling, not dudes with prim, shaved up, lined up beards and veneer teeth and, perfectly styled hair. I'm not here for that. Shiloh Hill's the man. He's going to be a star, dude. You got to check him out.
I got to add one more thing before we leave the wrestling talk. That out of all the clips that I put up, we get the most chirps and traction from the wrestling talk, because I think it's out of all the subject matters that podcasts cover as a whole, the biggest trolls are the wrestling fans. So there are going to be a lot of sound bites that come off of stuff that we put up. So I welcome it. I love a good chirp, and keep them going, boys. That's you're messing with guys that got a really quick rapport. So let's jump into the world of the shitty picks with the professor, Thomas.
Alrighty, 1973 podcast is brought to you by Elite Hockey Company. At Elite Hockey, it's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full team support, Elite Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just a brand, it's a community. A place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast, check out elitehockey.com and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you.
All right, Thomas, your segment. So kick it off. This is where Ed starts heating up. Now we're talking football.
This is let's get right into the pro football first. We'll go with pro football first. I'll save my shitty picks I'm going to go round table here. We'll go game by game. Let's go with the first game, I believe, tomorrow. Denver versus Buffalo. Who do you guys got?
Denver.
Would you like to elaborate a little bit?
I thought you wanted to work the circle here. No,
That sounds a lot like sleepers.
yeah. I think
Oh,
the Bills. Whoa, easy.
hey,
I think Denver's defense is good enough to shut down the Bills a little bit, and vice versa. I don't think that the Bills can hold back the Broncos, so I'm going Broncos.
I have nothing to add other than my usual blind pick that everybody loves, especially Brad. I'll go with the Bills. I haven't watched not one fucking game this year, so let's go.
Andy doesn't watch football because the games are longer than 2 hours.
That's true. That's true.
He doesn't watch it because it's real.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Brad?
I got to go with Denver. They're playing in Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to give the mile high advantage there. I got to give it to Denver. Sean Payton's a stud. I think Bo Nix has potential to be a star, and I think their defense is a little bit better than what Buffalo. I think there's a more well-rounded team than what Buffalo has to offer. So, gotta go with Denver.
Ed?
I'm gonna go with Buffalo, but that's it's kind of one of those things where I think it's gonna be a really close game. I think
Yep.
that I really like Sean Payton as a coach. I think that I agree with Brad that Denver is a better overall team. I think that Buffalo like their defense is shreddable pretty easily. They're down to what, 3 wide receivers now. But I don't know. There's something about Josh Allen being the quarterback, and I think he's gonna whip out the old Superman shirt again. So I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Scotty?
Okay, so I kind of went both ways there. I was thinking, like, I would like to say Buffalo because Buffalo has the experience, but like, and you then see Josh Allen literally get carried 10 yards with a like tush push QB sneak last week. But that's
All right,
their
time out. We need to stop using this tush push. Like that is going to stop. Okay.
We need to stop talking about guys going both ways either.
Yeah, I know both ways. And
Yeah.
the tush push.
Didn't we just watch Sleepers?
Yeah, if we're gonna call it the tush push, just call it the Kevin Bacon special.
All right, I like that better.
Yeah, it's okay. So the Kevin Bacon special that happened, and he got 10 yards on that. Brandon Cooks, who was Rizzo in the little football game that they had, he just comes off the street, and all of a sudden he's decent again. But I got to go Denver. I think Denver had a week to sit down, watch. They kind of had a good idea who was coming there. They might have thought Jacksonville was making it, but home crowd, Denver, they're the ones who are going to walk away with it.
I'm going Buffalo. I think Bo Nix has got a little bit of inexperience going there. He's only played, one game? If Drake May's inexperienced, Bo Nix is just as inexperienced. I think Josh Allen's the difference. I think he's just going to put the team on his back. And between him and James Cook, I think they'll score just enough. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going like 2017 Buffalo. Next game, Seattle versus the San Francisco 49ers. Mr. Branco.
This ought to be a good one. I'm going to go Seattle though. I think that they're well rounded. They're playing excellent right now. I just can't not take them. I'll take them at home.
Brad?
The only team I hate more than the Eagles in the playoffs is the 49ers. And Seattle has an elite defense, man. If you've been watching them this season, even when they had 2 or 3 guys go down, their defensive unit still put up numbers and still played a game. I mean, I'm not saying this is like Legion of Boom reincarnated, but like their defense is elite. Probably the top defense in the playoffs right now, with Houston being in there pretty dang close. With that being said, Sam Darnold's probably going to do Sam Darnold things. San Francisco we saw a gadget of plays. We what was that flea flicker to McCaffrey? That was wild against Philly. But I think Seattle's defense is way better than what Philly's defense is, and Philly had a pretty good defense. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Andy?
So it's the 49ers versus the Seahawks, right?
Yes.
So it's Kevin Bacon's favorite football team. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Okay. Mr. Branco?
I already went.
Did you? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Ed.
Edward.
Do it. Yeah,
Weird.
I'm going with Seattle. I just think that they are a better overall team. I think that unfortunately, San Francisco is just wheeling guys that they brought in off the street on defense, and I think that's the end of the road for San Francisco. So I just think that even if McCaffrey has a hell of a game, I think that especially with Kittle going down with the torn Achilles last week, I just think that he is a true linchpin for that San Francisco offense. And I think that there was a stat a couple weeks ago where it's almost like a 700% winning percentage when Kittle plays in the game, and versus like 200, and it's like almost like 300. It's like it's not even close with him not even playing in the game. So probably about 300, not even close.
Scotty?
So I agree with Ed in terms of if Seattle doesn't do this, they might blow shit up, right? Because they've not Seattle, sorry, 49ers. They've been here before, all of that sort. But Darnold has a weak oblique, right? And so that's a big important part of the game. And I feel like I'm thinking 49ers are going to be desperate. They're going to pull something out.
I'm going with Seattle despite Darnold. I think he's already making excuses. He's already seeing ghosts, if you want to go back to his Jets game days. He's already coming up, like Scott said. Suddenly he has an oblique injury, so he's already starting to build up excuses. But I think the defense is just so damn good. I think not having Kittle is going to really hurt Purdy. So I'm going to go with Seattle. I think it's going to be another close game, low scoring, but I think the running game for Seattle, I don't think they're going to let Darnold throw more than like 20 passes. I think they're going to rely on Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. So I'll go with Seattle. All right, Sunday, we're going to go with the Homer game. I'm going with the New England Patriots versus the Houston Texans. Brad, who you got?
I really want to pick New England in this because I've loved the way Drake May's been playing this season. Dude is a stud. Houston though, defense. I mean, God dang, you see what they did to Ben Roethlisberger, or not Ben Roethlisberger, fucking Aaron Rodgers. Jesus Christ. But what they just did to the Steelers, man. But I think the Patriots are better than the Steelers in that regard. Who's the home team? New England? I'll go with New England.
Supposed to snow too, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay, I'll go with New England.
Mr. Branco.
This was gonna be my upset special of the week. I don't know, I got the hater in me or what, but I just had a feeling that the Pats are so good. Drake May's been great, but I just keep waiting for that stumble. They've gone way further than I expected. I don't know if anybody else expects them to be as good as they are. But then when I started seeing the weather report, I think Stroud's a fraud. I think he blows. They had that good rookie, yeah, but it's something about those small quarterbacks that if you can't see over the line, I got no use for you. So I'm gonna go with the Pats.
Nico Collins is out too.
Yep.
He's soft as shit too. That guy never plays.
Andy.
Well, just like when the Phantom picked the movie of the week, until this moment right now, I didn't even realize the Patriots were in the playoffs.
Jesus Christ.
So let me just tell you, I'll take the
Did you pick last week?
The way we should do these football picks is everybody gives their reasoning for why they're picking, and then Andy can be the judge. And from what everybody said, who sells the teams the best?
When everybody was pissed and I was picking blind and out picking the panel.
Oh, you did great.
You were using AI. Stop lying.
AI? How am I going to do AI while we're doing a podcast? You guys are rattling off the schedule.
He was using AI. He was using KC. She was picking.
Yes.
I was asking the kids, "Hey, just pick these."
Yeah.
So we'll go Patriots. I didn't even realize they were in the playoffs, and it's supposed to snow. So whatever.
The last time Andy watched a football game,
That's what I was gonna say.
The Raiders lost to the Patriots in the snow, and after that, he said, "I'm never going to watch football again."
Because it's fixed.
Ed,
I'm gonna be a homer here. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. The only thing that scares me about this game is the defensive backfield for the Patriots. They're kind of dinged up and everything like that. So it kind of makes me a little bit nervous. And you know, I don't think that the Texans defense was all that great. I mean, because quite frankly, Pittsburgh's offense just flat out sucks. So I mean, hence why their coach, he stepped down. Just saying. So I'm going with the Patriots.
Ed, you did say Homer, right?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. Wait.
Scotty?
Yes, ER.
Homer Etoile. Yes, I'm using the French here. Homer pick as well. I do that Houston defense, those ends, they're going to cause trouble. Our left side of the line was exposed last game. And so at least I think they're going to game plan around that because they saw them just get blown up, right? So you're going to see Ramondre Stevenson in there, chip blocking, all of that sort to give a little more time. I think they should focus on the run. I agree. I'm not afraid of Houston's offense. It's the defense that I am, but I think the Pats will pull it out.
I'm going with the Pats. I think to offset the ends coming in, I think they're going to start throwing a little bit more screen passes. They've been throwing a lot more to Ramondre Stevenson, which it's funny because I've followed him since he was with Oklahoma, and he never really was much of a pass catcher. But the last 3 weeks, he's turned it up. So I'm going with the Pats. I just don't believe in Houston's offense. I don't think they can score more than 13 points in this game. I think the defense may outscore their offense especially without Nico Collins. I think they only have one guy on the team besides Nico Collins that has over 40 catches, and I think it's that kid Hutchinson. Dalton Schultz was a no-show this past week. I'm a little mad at him because he had money down on him for a certain amount of catches, and I think he had 2 catches in the game. So I'm going with New England in that game. Last game of the weekend, I'm going Los Angeles Rams versus Chicago Bears. Brad.
Oh, I think Caleb Williams and his newly manicured fingernails finally come crashing down. I think Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua are going to be too much for this Bears team to overcome. I think they got further than anybody thought they would this season. They've done very well, surprisingly. But I think the Rams and that veteran Matt Stafford had been here before. He wants to get back. I think the Rams got a more complete team right here.
Okay, Mr. Branco.
I agree with Brad. I'm also going Rams. After I don't see Chicago holding their offense back any, and I'm not really super impressed with the Bears offense either. So both ways, I'm going Rams.
Andy?
I don't know. I guess I'll go Rams.
Nice pick. Good job.
Ed?
Proud of you.
I'm going to go, the Bears need a new stadium. So to kind of go on the typical conspiratorial thing, I'm going to go with the Bears.
That's a good point.
Righty. Scotty?
All right. So it's going to be minus 13 Celsius game time. So this LA team, and I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. I was so disappointed in the last game. I thought they should have torched, and they just played to the level of their competition. I'm not a big Bears believer, but maybe I'll be a contrarian and say I think the weather is going to play a factor, and the Bears are going to pull it off.
You're not a bear lever?
I'm going with Chicago in this game. We're all up there. Besides Brad, we're all over 50. We know we don't like the cold weather. Body aches a little bit more, get a little bit more stiff. Stafford's got a bad hand. I think he's going to struggle with his grip on the football. Like Brad said, it's going to be like 15 below like Scotty said, it's going to be like 15 below zero. They may even get some snow. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I love the coaching matchup, McVay versus Johnson. I just have a funny feeling that the Bears are going to pull this one out.
There is no way that Matthew Stafford is more soft than Caleb Williams.
We will
I don't,
find out.
I don't care what laundry they get on.
Age does
Okay,
wonders.
I'll give you the age.
All
Those
righty.
are insulated fingernails he has.
All right. Now, the one game we haven't talked about, college football championship, Monday night. The U, Miami versus Indiana. Who you guys got, Brad?
Since Indiana is literally a team of grown ass men that could probably beat the Raiders, the Jets, the Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
you name it. There's a list of NFL teams they could beat. I
And
gotta pick. I know, man. I know. I gotta pick Indiana.
All right. Mr. Branco.
Gonna pain me to see my boy Michael Irvin all upset. I gotta go. I gotta go Indiana. I'm going Indiana by 10.
Ooh, wow. Andy?
So there's two teams left, right? Indiana and the U. And everybody's gonna pick who? Indiana. So I'll take Miami. I know absolutely dog shit about what's going on,
Fair.
other than you guys bantering about it. So if I pick the U, I'm just going against the panel for talking points.
Fair enough.
Belts to asses.
Yes. So go fuck yourself.
Ed?
all right, my heart wants Miami to win, but my logic is telling me that Indiana's going to win. To piggyback on what Brad said, I mean, they got dudes that are between 21 and 24 years old, and they've been playing football for 5, 6, or 7 years. Um, I think that they're going to win. I think it's going to be definitely because Indiana's defensive line, they are bad dudes. However, Miami's offensive line, they're pretty badass too. I just don't see. I think it could be really close, or I think it could turn into a track meet where Indiana just rolls them and the game's done by the middle of the third quarter.
Is there a possibility of snow?
Not in Miami.
No,
No.
no.
There
Not
is
even-
a
think about
strong
that.
possibility for aliens at the mall, though.
Well, you know what? There's a strong possibility of ice there.
Hey, watch out, Mendoza. They're gonna get the Indiana quarterback pregame.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my thought on this one is, honestly, the whole college football playoff thing. You've got people resting. You've got the transfers. You've got all of that stuff that really screws up the whole kind of normal predicting of this stuff. But I think even Miami. I think Miami had a soft way here. So I got to go Indiana. Yeah.
I'm going with Indiana, but the conspiracy and the gambler in me, I see the point spreads at like 8.5. I think it's going to be a closer game than that. I think Miami keeps it close. Last game, Indiana had like 3 possessions inside the 20-yard line, so they didn't have to work a lot. I think Miami's defense is going to make them have to go the length of the field a few times. So I think even just having to go that length of the field, I think it'll be longer drives and won't have to have a chance to score as often. I think it's going to be like a 6-point game, but I'm going with Indiana. Now, before we jump off of college football, I want to ask Brad the little conspiracy thing with Ole Miss, with the NIL thing that just happened, where the older guys that are on the team just found out what the new guys coming in are getting paid. So now they're pissed off about it. And a couple of big guys, big players on the defense are going in the portal because of that. Now, do you think Lane Kiffin had somebody inside leaking him this information so he could leak it out, or what do you think?
So, first of all, I think the whole NIL process right now is a complete shit show because it's not just Ole Miss is going through it. The quarterback from Duke went through it. Lane Kiffin is accused of tampering with the quarterback from Washington. 100%. I don't think Lane Kiffin leaked it because I don't think he would have access to it, but I think he has somebody on the inside that dropped it and leaked it because like when we think of the portal, we think kids are like, hey, I'm kind of tired of where I'm at. I'm going to play the field, so I'm going to hop in the portal. And then they get contacted by coaches and recruiters. They're getting contacted from day one of college football kickoff. And they're getting recruited and courted. And they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to talk to them till the portal window opens. But there's no guidelines, there's no restrictions, there's no rules. They're just going after these kids full blown. The kid from Duke, they offered $10 million to buy out his contract. and to give his sister a full ride at Miami. So there's a huge mess going on. We lost Ole Miss losing the Umililian. I can't pronounce his last name. The defensive end. That's a big hit. But we've already replaced him in the portal with 2 or 3 other guys. The linebacker, Daughtery. Did you know he was the kid from Clemson that got accused of taking nude pictures of his teammates and putting it on OnlyFans? And he changed his name so he could get and hit the portal so that he could come and get a fresh start.
Wow.
He legally changed. Yeah. So I think I'm good with that guy leaving.
How
See
about
you
the
later.
How about the kid from Nebraska, the quarterback, leaves Nebraska to signs with Oregon, and then like 2 days after he signed with Oregon, the quarterback from Oregon decides he's coming back to college. So now the kid from Nebraska is going to be getting paid good money to be the backup. He's got the best job in college right now.
Oh, did I send this? I sent this to y'all, right? There's only like 47 athletes declared for the draft right now. This time last year, it was like almost 200.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
insane.
insanity. Yeah.
That's insane. The NIL system is broke. It's riddled with issues right now, but it's kids are staying in college. Nobody wants to go play in the NFL. They can stay in college for 6 years and make $10 million.
Well, did you hear the new red shirt rule too? That they're looking to say if you're under 10 games, that's still a red shirt year for you.
Wow.
Haven't heard that.
Oh my God, that is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. If you play in one varsity game, no more. There's no red shirt. Come on now.
Right now it's 4, right? If you
It's
play
4
in 4 and under, but they're looking to move that to 10,
to 10. Well,
right? Because there's just too much money there.
I'll say that ESPN and ABC, ESPN, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox better open up those coffers and make those TV deals even bigger. If this shenanigans is going to continue, then it's too ridiculous.
Ed,
What was NIL supposed to be though, right? It was supposed to be your name on a jersey,
Yeah,
your name in a video game,
yeah.
and a couple of endorsements. You're on a commercial for the local Mattress King, right? Now it's $4 million, $5 million contract signed, guaranteed for over 3 or 4 years.
Guaranteed money.
Yep, it's not just free cleats anymore. Or a Dodge Hellcat Charger. It's you know, it, it's a mess, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's
Free
ridiculous.
tuition, free housing, free food as well, right?
A mess.
Ed, I need it documented on this podcast that you were at Bridgewater State for 8 seasons and you were never redshirted once.
That is an inaccurate statement, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Now I want to get to what Andy's been waiting for all night. Let's talk some Boston Bruins and Zdeno Chara's jersey retirement. I know Brad didn't watch it, but did anyone else watch it?
Guaranteed.
I love the fact.
Here's the part of the podcast that makes my nuts hurt.
I love the fact that they booed Neely, and at least he had the balls to actually show up. Sweeney wasn't even there. I don't think. I don't even know if he was in his luxury suite, but
He's worried about Team Canada, sir.
didn't have the balls to show up. That just shows me right there. Even Neely looked like he was shocked. Charlie Jacobs got booed and he like chuckled. He kind of knew it was coming. Neely looked like he was a little hurt by it right there. But I thought it was, other than that, I thought the ceremony was great. I thought Andrew Ference did a great job kind of emceeing the whole thing. And it kind of shows you that Jack Edwards might be doing not as well as we hope because they didn't have him on the ice. They actually had him, they introduced him and showed him up in the booth. So I don't know what his health condition is, but I don't think it's good.
He's doing a card show on the 29th, Tom, around here in Pembroke. Him, Andy Brickley, they're having the Brad will get a kick out of this. They're having the original cast of the Mighty Ducks and the original cast of The Sandlot.
Whoa.
So they're both at the same like card show. And you can get your picture taken with the whole crew. So I thought that was interesting to be involved with.
Tell Emilio I said, hey.
I ain't going.
What? Emilio.
Anyone have anything to add about the Chara? Are we done?
No, I thought it was good. Well, sometimes it's funny. I had a couple of days before they had the Fedorov one, which I thought was pretty good. So yeah, I was just kind of like comparing, and I thought the Bruins were right up there with Detroit. It was always does things classy. So he obviously well deserved. Another number goes up. I like to. I don't think he'll ever be able to pass Bork up, obviously, for the banner of being the best of all time as far as he's already coming in at number 3 there. So it's kind of I did see a funny thing where they kind of had Chara like in the top 5 defensemen of all time.
Mm.
And I thought that was a little, and I love Chara. I thought it was a little bit of some recency bias. I think,
Yeah.
It might be definitely might be top 20, top 15, but top 5. Yeah, that's.
I mean, you're talking just for argument's sake. You're talking Bobby Orr. You're talking Ray Bork. You're talking Nicholas Lindstrom. That's already 3 right there. You're talking Paul Coffey.
Harvey, though, even the old timers,
you're talking, Doug Harvey. You're talking Pronger. You're talking Larry Robinson. I mean, just
Chris Pronger, get out of here.
I don't know.
I like
That's the nerve right there.
He's got a Stanley Cup and a MVP. So I mean,
is that what you're judging it on?
Well,
Stanley Cups.
if that's the case, then Chara's better than Bork because he's got a cup, and Bork's only got that one that he kind of parlayed into.
Hey, he still has a cup.
Allegedly. Ed, you want to add?
I just think that
I see you shaking your head. Come on, Ed.
I just think it's funny that that the crowd boos the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cam Neely. I mean, the man that could do no wrong during his playing career. And now the fans have turned on him. And
he's a corporate puppet.
Harry Sinden Part 2.
Yeah, but I mean,
some people aren't cut out. Some people aren't cut out to be the, in the office. I mean, look at some of the best coaches in all sports. They never hardly played. They were so good because they sat the bench so much and were taking stats that they became good coaches.
The crazy part about Neely getting booed is if you actually look at his whole tenure, the Bruins have been outstanding until like these last 2 years. They've been good since they won that cup in 2011. So it's the guy's running on a 15-year run here that the bottom fell out because all the other guys got old. I mean, he is the president, but he's not the GM. So I think that falls more on Don Sweeney than it falls on Cam Neely.
Yeah, but he hired Don Sweeney, so
can you
loyal friend.
I think a lot of it it's what have you done for me lately kind of thing too, because the Don Sweeney trading Marchand thing I think is kind of still resonant with a lot of people, especially where he went right there and won a cup. That's hard to do. When you pick your purpose, if you're getting traded and you give like a certain amount of teams and you get traded and you show value in the process. So
they still would stink even if they had Marchand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that first round next year is going to make us feel a little bit better.
No, with Don Sweeney pricking.
No, it's going to feel better when they beat Chicago tomorrow.
No chance.
Wow. Fighting words on the podcast. Ed loves that.
I do.
I didn't see the Zdeno Chara thing, but I heard in Montreal all the flags were half-mast.
Oh, too soon.
They were not marching in the streets for pets already.
Exactly.
And you care to add anything to the roundtable of the hockey or RB?
Yes, Brad. Would you rather watch another round of sleepers or do some more hockey talk?
Hockey talk, 100%.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
100%.
Just pretend we're saying honky tonk and you can jump right in.
Oh, that's
fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And let me just say the newest season of Shoresy, if you haven't seen it, definitely worth a watch. Get on that. Scotty, have you seen it yet?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's a classic here, right? It's all filmed up this way.
Sud Vegas. Have you been to Sud Vegas?
Well, I haven't, but I've met some of the people there, and it's a pretty accurate depiction.
You got to get a picture for the boys if you ever go up there in front of the community center where the Wolves play.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those ones though. Like, I don't know. I think I might need what do you call that? Community service. If I ever have to do that in that community.
At the boys' home.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's no reason to get up that way. Unless I'm getting my Kevin Bacon on.
Okay, gotcha.
You looking for some hard time, boy? You looking for some hard times?
Brad, are you prepared? Have you prepared this week?
Yes.
Okay.
You just did it just now.
To get into the world of the weird.
Weird.
All right, Thomas, you're going to put on your Reynolds wrap.
All right.
Up, and let's go.
This episode of the 1973 podcast is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Do you want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary. Custom designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what you can create. Tell them you heard it on the 1973 podcast. And
Brad,
now here's Brad.
What'd you say?
You dropped the ball. Go ahead.
I dropped the ball?
Yeah. Go ahead. We'll talk after the podcast. You dropped it. Ed, tell me drop the ball.
You dropped the ball.
Okay.
I don't know what ball I dropped, but
it's the one that's in your hand.
Huh? I'm sorry.
The one that fits uniquely in your hands.
Oh, the balls. So I want to talk about have you heard this conspiracy or this theory, Andy, that Earth isn't Earth is like our second home, that Mars was really where we started from? And so essentially the theory says this, right? That because we've heard all these stories about ancient aliens, angels, sky angels, people falling from the sky, landing on Earth and doing this and that. But there was this war on Mars, which was our first home planet, because Mars is very similar to Earth in the fact that it does have riverbeds and ocean beds and lake beds, but they're all dried up. But then it's also peppered with craters, and some of the craters obviously would be from asteroids and whatnot and space debris. But then there's some where the ground just looks like it's melted, as if by a nuclear device or nuclear bomb had went off, and there was some big nuclear war. So there's this gas. It's called xenon 129. It is not a naturally occurring element or of any kind. It is only found on Earth after a nuclear blast has occurred, and this gas is just all over the planet of Mars. They've tested it, it's everywhere. So if it's only occurring on Earth after a nuclear blast, they can only assume, based off the size of these craters and the shape of these craters, that are similar to nuclear blasts on Earth. And then you get the xenon 129, that there were nuclear blasts on Mars at some point. So anyway, I think that's really cool to think about, that this whole ancient aliens thing is more just us escaping Mars and coming to Earth for a fresh restart. And then you look at the human body, how we've adapted with all of our, just these little things, back pains, fucking knee pain and cholesterol. And we're just this new being on a planet adapting to survival. And that's just how we ended up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Pretty neat theory. Found it today. Thought kind of put some other ones on the back burner because I wanted to hear you guys thought about it.
You want me to start?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think even before we started the podcast, I think as an older person that searched for knowledge, I'm more into science now than I ever was as a kid, just because it bleeds into the conspiracy theory realm. So the Mars theory I had heard when there used to be this show that they took off the air because obviously they were getting too close to the truth, I think. And it would follow these UFO. It was called UFO Hunters. If you ever can go back and watch, it was on for 3 seasons. In the last season, they were actually getting followed by what looked like the Men in Black. And the season ended abruptly after that. And it was really, really cool to see these guys that were hardcore UFO hunters doing all these deep dives into conspiracy theories, and it was a different subject every week. And they had one guy that was an actual physicist that was like debunking the theories, while the older guy and the younger guy were kind of like the driving force to get these people to talk and things like that. So back to the Mars, that was the first time I had heard the Mars theory was on that show. And it always stuck with me. And it's funny because social media wasn't what it is now then. So I see it pop up every now and then, and people have a lot of different theories on, eclectic views on that. But it doesn't. If you're in that theory now, where we're all in the domes and the planets aren't really planets, and it's just Mars is another dome that's enclosed that you could probably, potentially travel to. That was the original prison, because we're technically considered in this theory a prison planet for higher things. It captures souls, it recycles souls, and all that other fun stuff. But the Mars theory, it could have been the original destination of what they wanted to do with us, and it didn't sustain or do what it needed to do, or there was infighting or a reset and move everything here. I'm all for it. I'm just collecting all this useless data and letting the brain run loose with it. But is that the first time anybody else has heard that theory on the planet?
Andy, I saw that show, but you got the name wrong. It was called The Jetsons.
Scotty, fuck you. This is your last appearance, so it's been nice knowing you. Speaking, not to cut you off, Scott, but I heard a fun theory about 2025 was actually the birth date of George Jetson.
Oh yeah.
So it was funny because that's like a fun fact for people that like that kind of pop culture knowledge. So go ahead, continue, Scotty. I hate to cut you off.
Oh no, there's hope for us. No, I was just getting that joke in. I don't have much more to add on that. It's I think I got to start doing edibles if I'm going to keep on this section of this podcast, so I can actually add something to it. I love it though. I love it honestly. If I'm I'm skipping through the wrestling talk and all of that, but I do not miss the tinfoil hat because it's always fascinating.
First of all, don't skip out on the wrestling talk. Second of all, take some edibles. I highly encourage it. Third of all, I do extensive research on these, and by extensive, I mean I either ask AI or I just find it on Instagram.
Brad, but you got to admit though, it's sad that the world that we live in, that people want to troll watching wrestling clips more than learning more about the human race and conspiracy theories.
Yeah, people believe in the U.S. government, but they're gonna question whether or not we lived on Mars. Like, come on. Next thing you're gonna tell me you believe in dinosaurs. Like, give me a break.
Give everything a chance, right? Phantom, have you ever heard of the Mars theory before?
I have, and I'm calling bullshit. I'm not a believer of the red planet theory.
Ed, you're standing right in front of our home planet.
I am. I mean, but see, the thing is that I believe that the Earth is a sphere, and Scotty believes that it's flat Earth. If you look behind him, so
yes.
I don't understand how, Scotty, you can make a comment like that when you have a flat Earth behind you.
I mean, it's right here,
right there, buddy. The evidence is right there, Scotty.
Hey, look there's Greenland. That's going to be the 51st state.
Well, that's where the 6-time $1 trillion that they lost at the Pentagon went to. So there you go. That's the answer. I don't know. I think that could there have been life on Mars at one point? Sure. I mean, there's so many conspiracy theories about space. I mean, so it's hard.
It is the final frontier, Ed.
it is the final frontier. I mean, live long and prosper. You know what I mean? I mean, so um, I don't know. I mean,
Did we get off the spacecrafts and we were like cavemen? Oh,
Yeah. So
there's no cavemen. It was like, so we were smart enough to fly from Mars here, and then we just went back into being Fred Flintstone.
Can I
no.
can I
So
can I ask
apparently
this
the
before we get to the professor, the non-believer? If we evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? I gotta ask that question.
Well, there
they're
is
just
that.
hanging out,
It's the runoffs.
just still in your wallet on them Thailand temple tours.
Well, here's a theory that you could use. That I mean, are we really the first population to be here? Because so the thing about it is, could there not have been some sort of interstellar conflict that happened? And to take a line from one of the most famous movies ever, blowing back into the Stone Age. And
So famous, I never heard of it.
Oh, all right.
I mean, it could have been. So, a couple of theories. One theory is cavemen were probably maybe already here, and the sky people came down, and we're the ones depicted in all these hieroglyphs and cave paintings, right? Because it came from Mars. The other theory is that, well, like Ed said, maybe we got the nuclear war was so bad they got literally blown back to the Stone Age. So, think about if you're a refugee on an island from a plane crash, right? Don't you go back to caveman style trying to
Yeah.
survive?
All
So
right,
you're
I'll
on
do
this
that.
fresh new planet and you're like, I don't know what all this shit is, I just gotta survive somehow. So you just start from scratch. It's crazy to think about, man, either way. But another crazy fact is, speaking of hieroglyphs and temples and shit, Cleopatra lived closer in time to the invention of the iPhone than she did to the creation and building of the pyramids.
That was my point.
That's true, Brad.
Pyramids are far older than we think and than what we're told, man. Like the concept of time is lost on our brains because our brains aren't big enough to fathom time on that such large of an expanse that so I don't know, man. I think what Ed said is kind of correct, man. I think they got blown into the Stone Age and they came to Earth to survive, and who knows what happened next. Definitely wasn't
I'm
dinosaurs
gonna
though.
Like
I'm gonna
like
interject
movies
something.
longer than 90 minutes, Brad.
Oh yeah, fucking
I'm
90
gonna,
minutes is
I'm
peak.
gonna interject here just for 1 second. I kind of feel like that Scotty is doing some sort of clinical diagnosis on the five of us.
Not
One
the
of what I
five
was
of us,
thinking about.
the four of you.
One other thing I was thinking about it was that if all of us got like all of a sudden the Earth blew up and there was just the five of us, all of that
We all
stuff.
got autistic.
Well, we wouldn't be able to make a cell phone. We wouldn't be able to make a TV. We wouldn't be able to.
We can
At
make some
best, we
great
might get a
golf balls,
fire.
though. We can make some great golf balls, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
but
of us would be.
how would we do the podcast if that happened?
Well, we could utilize the tools that we saw on Gilligan's Island.
We would just have a few less viewers.
Gilligan's did it. They figured it out, bro.
It's going to be like the Flintstones. You're going to have stones, and we're just going to be standing in the thing. We're all going to be side by side to each other, and just
Thomas, you have not weighed in on Mars.
Tommy, tuck some sense.
all the sense got knocked out of me from the thing that fell on my head earlier. But I'm going to have to do a little research on this one, but before I gave like an intelligent answer. But I'm
No.
going to have to say that I agree with Mr. Branco on this one and call bullshit. But I will do a little looking into this week.
You'll do more than Brad did.
Yeah, do more than I did.
The best thing about it is you're getting, whether it's an hour, whether it's a little over an hour, you're getting an eclectic podcast of views on subjects that, I think if we were all just hanging around bullshitting, I think it would be the same type of thing. So you're getting a Friday, Saturday night of the usual boys stuff from just with an older perspective on things, like watching Soul Man next week. So what do you think, Bradford? You want to wrap it up and do some shout outs or what?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Okay, so speak of the devil, wrap it up, Brad. Wrap it
I
up,
want to
Pete.
give
Wrap
a
it
shout
up.
out to the Mark at Jess's school. So I made a post on Facebook this week on the local news WLOX Facebook page, and it was not a very positive remark on the current state of the school district, and some a-hole screenshotted it and went straight to Jess's principal and fucking told on me. And so she kind of got in trouble for it. So fuck that guy or girl, whoever that was.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, asshole.
Bring the heat, Brad.
Yeah, it's cheap heat. What an asshole move. Like who does that? Hey, look what her husband put that. Come on, man.
Nowadays, everybody.
Everybody, man. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
At least you didn't get hooked into the alphabet soup like our friend of Tom and I did.
Yeah.
Scotty,
Haven't heard from him in a
shout
while.
out
I don't know. I might have to do a wellness check on him.
Scotty Flat Earther, King of the 51st State, newlywed. Shout out to the current wife. Let's go.
Yeah, gotta shout out to Lori. She actually lets me
Easy.
Easy. Take it easy.
do the podcast in the I'm in in our living room, right? So she went upstairs for this. So I appreciate that. And love being back here, boys.
Tell her watch the fucking show, for Christ's sakes.
Buy a shirt.
Yeah, buy a shirt. Stop being cheap.
We try to buy a shirt. Sometimes it gets bounced back when you try to come to Canada.
With tariffs, it's probably add another $75 with the tariffs. I mean,
Oh yeah.
We'll mock up that shirt to $125 before we send it to you.
Yeah, and that's going to be like $500 Canadian.
Yeah.
All right, Edwin, what do you got? Bring it heavy. Shout out to all the boys at work.
I'd just like to say one of the guys at work, real, he got injured over the weekend, and he's gonna be missed. So,
Damn.
That's all I can say. Because HR type stuff, just saying.
Tom, don't call HR on the plaque, but what do you got?
Well, I might get a shadow ban for what I'm about to say, but not a shout out, but it's a critique of YouTube. This is the one that fell on my head. It's a YouTube plaque. I know my head's hard, but it's not that hard. The corner broke on it after it fell. So I'm either hard headed or it's cheap material. I'm gonna go with cheap material.
Tommy, it's another save.
Yes, you know what? If I was smart, I would have played dead and I could have fucking sued.
All right, Phantom, what do you got?
Oh, what am I going to shout out? For me, I'll shout out Shaggy. Shaggy is, I don't know if he's holding out. We got to talk to his agent here. I think we're working on a month without him.
It's been so long. I forgot what he looks like.
I miss seeing his face. Like, what's going on, boy?
He's on the milk carton right next to Chris.
Yeah. Where's Chris? Where is Shaggy?
Bro.
Shaggy, where are you? This is the test. We're going to see if you make it all the way to the end of the show, or if you have a 60-minute podcast limit, and once you start fast forwarding, you might miss this.
Yeah.
So the diatribe for my shout out, and I was thinking about this one. Do I say something? Do I not say something? So it kind of goes along with Brad's beef of calling people out. My father-in-law walks every morning, retired. He does the same routine around the neighborhood, and he always ends up at like Dunkin' Donuts. So in the morning, he was standing in the crosswalk, waiting to cross the street, hit by a car.
God damn.
Hit by a car, rolled over the hood, onto the roof, hit the deck.
Bro.
In the hospital right now. I hope whatever the person that hit him on the sidewalk, I hope everything that is a karma pendulum swings that way. And, because distracted drivers, school zone, bunch of stuff, just
they didn't stop.
They did stop. But I think that the reason to stop was there were so many people around that saw it. So yeah, so when when we talk about things about the reasons why we get together, it's things like that that can happen in an instant, and you just look at things like surround yourself with the people that you enjoy being with and make you laugh, and you just call out all the bullshit in life and just give it the big, when it comes. So hopefully, the tide turns and people get avenged, as they say. So shout out from your 1973 podcast Gen X perspective. Fellas, another one in the books.
See ya.